Hello, dear friends! Merry Christmas and Happy New Year! It is a holiday season and I hope you're having a lovely and restful time wherever you are. And today I thought it would be appropriate to share with you a practice that I do every year. It's called New Year's Intentions. You know, they say where your focus goes, energy flows. So if you set an inspiring and vibrant vision for the year ahead, it is more likely that you will be paying attention to opportunities and to people in your life who can bring you closer to making that kind of vision a reality. So we're not kind of dreaming this life up, but we are just enlisting the help of our subconscious mind, that can help and support whatever actions and whatever that it is that you do throughout 2020. And by the way, you can do this any year. It's not specific to this year, this practice. And by the way, thank you so much for supporting me throughout this year, for liking and commenting and subscribing to my channel. It's been really exciting for me. My channel has been growing. I've been posting more. And if you want to see more of the content that, or more of some type of the content, I'd love it if you could like and comment more on those videos so that I have a better idea of what kind of things you found more useful. And if you're not subscribed yet, this is a good time to do so. Right, so let's get to the practice. Watch this video if you have about 20 to 30 minutes to put aside to, really do some nice reflection and be undisturbed during this time. It is even better if you could do this practice together with someone's company you really appreciate. So we actually did this together with my husband a few days ago in a nice, lovely bar. We just set aside this hour to talk through these steps, and it was a lot of really lovely energy created, and it's really bonding. So if you want to do it with someone later, so just save these videos to watch later and go through the steps then, or do it now and we'll be here creating this energy together. You will need to pause this video after every step, so just do that and don't move on to the next step until you completed the one before. So are you ready? Step 1 is just bringing to mind that year that just passed. So, if you're watching this video around the same time I created it, so we're talking about year 2019. And just looking back and remembering how it started, what's been happening, the middle of the year, the end of the year, and what were the events that were happening in your life, personally, professionally, different areas of your life. So if you're with someone, just share with them a story or journal. If you're doing this alone, just journal about what generally happened during this year. Whether it's something that made you very happy or some things that, some of the challenges that came through this year. And try to make them balance. If it was a challenging year for you, try to bring out more of the things that you appreciated about this year. And we'll get to the challenges later as well. So pause this video and do this now. Step 2 is a gratitude practice. And so to begin with, we're going to list events from this year or things or things that happened to us that you feel truly grateful for. And there may be something quite major, like you got a great payout, a promotion this year, or they might be quite simple, like you've had more opportunities to have really nice meals out, or you're sharing space with a really lovely housemate, so anything you like. But more importantly, it's not something that would inspire someone else, but something that is very personal to you and you feel have warm feeling around your heart when you think about this. So make a list of at least 10 things that you feel grateful for this year, and do not stop until you get to 10. Feel free to make your list longer, and go. Part of the same gratitude practice is thinking about 3 people who've affected your life positively this year, who you really feel grateful to. So write down 3 people you feel most grateful to this year. And think about also What do you feel grateful for to these people? What was the impact of them on your life? Go. Have you done it? Do you have 3 lovely people in your list you feel grateful to this year? Now there's a little task for you to do. Sometime later today or this week, make a point of sitting down and writing an email or a text message or even a card to all of these people, to all 3 people, and sharing with them your gratitude and also the impact, the positive effect that their actions or their presence had on your life. Send it off and see what comes back to you. Step number 3, the practice of acknowledging yourself. So looking over the year that's passed and you remember more or less what's happened now, think about 10 things minimum that you want to acknowledge yourself for, that you feel a healthy pride around. You know that it was something that was a challenge for you and you've overcome it. And again, it might be something major that may look like a major event to others, or something quite simple. But if it made you sweat or face your fears, put it on the list. Ten things that you acknowledge yourself for. How's that coming along? Yeah, do not stop. You can't stop until you get to 10. That's important. And hey, take another look over the list. How does it make you feel? I hope you're starting to feel nice and fuzzy inside by acknowledging yourself and giving gratitude. And this is just one of the effects of the practice, just making you feel good and feel optimistic and grateful. So step 4, we're looking at the challenges that we've experienced in the year that's passed. However small or major those challenges been in our life. So list maybe 3 challenging situations to begin with. And once you have, in front of each situation, write down if this challenge that's presented itself to you was an opportunity to grow. What could that possibly be? What could you possibly grow into and learn from it after having experienced and gone through this challenge? So 3 challenges and what are the learnings that you're taking away from it? So journal a little bit about this, because this is a very important part. All right, got it? Well done. This is not an easy part to go through. Congratulations on completing it. Right, so now we're just gonna kind of close off this part of the exercise. We're gonna give thanks for the year that's passed, for all that it's presented to us and all the opportunities for us to grow and learn. And we're gonna move on to working and creating a vision for the year ahead, for 2020. So we're gonna work with a premise that if 2020, if the upcoming year goes really well for you, and throughout this year you're feeling abundant, supported, you're feeling lucky, just kind of, experiencing different synchronicities in your life that are really taking you forward. If this was true for the year ahead, how would you love to feel? So don't think about, what it may look like in detail, but just concentrate simply on the feeling. Yeah. So to give you an example, like you could be feeling happy, joyous, loving, kind, inspired, courageous, all these wonderful things. And, you go ahead with the list. And beyond just the feeling, how does this feeling, what kind of sensations is it producing in your body? So when you're feeling joyous and happy and fulfilled, for example, just notice what is the response in your body to these feelings? You may feel a sense of relief in your abdomen, expansion in your chest. You may notice you're breathing deeper and lighter. This is really important to connect with this feeling and not just the, visualizing the images of the year ahead, because you're creating neural pathways that will attract the situations in your life that are in line with this feeling, with this sensation. So pause the video and take a few moments to visualize how do you want to feel around the same time next year. Moving on to the next step, once you've connected to this feeling, think about what kind of situations and scenarios would need to surround you to create this kind of feeling in you. So what would need to be real in your life for you to feel that way? You can think about what would it look like in your relationships and your love life? What would your career look like that would create this kind of feelings in you? What would need to be real in your finances, in your health, etc. So we're actually making this a bit more concrete. Again, we are not locking yourself into this specific scenario, but just imagining if you would feel inspired and fulfilled and joyous by the end of the year, what may you be experiencing in your life? Pause this video and you can journal about it now. We're just fantasizing here. And so the last step is really looking at when that kind of picture that you're now building in your mind, this kind of vision you're building in your mind for the year ahead, for this to be true in your life, what kind of inner qualities do you need to really rely on throughout the year? So your 3 inner qualities, your inner strengths really, your strengths of character that you need to be relying on for this vision to be true by the end of the year. In addition to, all the work you put into this and the luck or the synchronicities that you may experience, look at the inner strengths. 3 inner strengths. Write them down. And when you looked at the strengths, so think about couple of things in your life, maybe your habits or your attitudes or ways of thinking that you would need to let go of in order to make this vision come true in your life. So write 2 or 3 of those as well. Are you still with me? If so, congratulations, you're really creating something special for your life and you're really making life easier throughout the year by starting the way you mean to finish. So really the last thing here is to look over everything you've written, and especially towards the end, the 3 strengths you are going to rely on throughout the next year that you want to express more of in your life. And think about if you were to fully rely on those strengths, what would you do? What would be a repetitive action that you would take throughout the year that may bring you to success at the end of the year? Something repetitive. So some people, decide on their action around exercising, but it doesn't have to be. It could be something around, I'm going to reach out to 3 potential employers every week, or I'm going to reach out to 3 potential clients every week. It's a repetitive action that you want to do continuously during the year when you're working from the place of your strengths. And also think about a specific action that you could take. Maybe it's a one-off action that you could take in January that could really put you on a fast trajectory towards creating the results that you want for the end of next year. So what is this one action that will really make a big difference in your life? Think about things that maybe scare you a little bit, things that you would need to have your strengths present in order to go ahead with it. So think something challenging, and once you did, think a little bit bigger. Stop this video and decide on this action now. Okay, and once you did, stick this in your calendar, put this in the comments below this video so that it is out there and in writing, so that you have more motivation and probabilities for completing this action. This is about an hour-long coaching session compressed into a shorter version. I hope you got a lot out of this. I hope you're living this energized and inspired for the vision that you're creating for yourself. You're getting clarity of the things that you want to focus on and get done in the beginning of next year. And when you do them, you know where this is taking you. You have your vision. So please let me know which parts of this inspired you the most, which parts you really enjoyed, and some others that maybe you had more struggles with. I'd love to hear your feedback, and in the meantime, do have a lovely holiday. Well done for taking some time to reflect and really set your mindset right for the year ahead. So thank you so much for watching. Do subscribe to my channel. I often post videos about creating a life full of purpose and inner peace. For any coaching inquiries, email me to Katrin@evolvequest.coach, and I'll see you soon.